BOGZ Studio. Do the next letter in the letter series. Previously did the letter L, so that means we are on M. And I wanted to combine that with an image of a bison. I put together a proposal where that may be like an image element as part of a mural. So I just wanted to kind of work through that as a, I don't know, proof of concept, I suppose. And then I'm going to juxtapose that to a letter form. Probably just a really simple kind of like sans serif M, capital M. So we will just go ahead and work over the top of this and buff around the edges and kind of go from there. I might kind of block it out a little bit before we start with like first lines. And again, I'm just going to be freehanding this, no projection, no like VR aids or anything like that, so the proportions may be a little bit off, but I've drawn enough bison that I think I can get it pretty close on first go here. So yeah, thanks for being here, appreciate it. Stick around, let's see how this thing comes together. Alright, just to check in, we got the main tones kind of blocked in, and now what I'll do is, working with the stencil cap, I'll go back and start to block in some of that detail, some of the fine lines, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on though, get some of these fumes sucked out of here. BOGZILLA Studio Sessions. This is part of the letter series, and as mentioned, the letter M is what we explored today. Obviously, this has a little bit more of a character exploration with the bison, and the M itself is pretty straightforward and simplistic, not extremely symmetrical as far as the proportions, but good enough for what we're doing with this proof of concept. So anyway, ideally, I think I would probably knock out the rest of the background in this and just have the buffalo like kind of in a gray field, so it's all monochromatic until we get to the letter. But I don't know, this brings a certain energy to it, so we'll leave it at that. Yeah, thank you for being here at the BOGZILLA Studio Sessions. Appreciate you coming and hanging out in Bog Studio with me as we're trying things out, putting paint on the wall, you know, filling the air with toxic fumes. I do need to get the vent back on. But thanks for being here. Have a great day. Make cool stuff. So we've got baby blue, mouse, shark, rhino, and black in the mix, and then I believe we had used just regular white, not Snow White this go around. So that is the basic color collection. Oh, I guess we use power blue for the M. So